Well, it might sound like a cliche, but it's not really one. Shooting is actually a game of fine margins, and once again, the final result that happened at the women's event at the Paralympic Games in Paris was once again a result of three people winning it by the barest of margins. There was a case of an Indian who was vying to win her first Olympic gold medal, but then unfortunately she slipped to 3 and had to settle for a bronze medal. But then there was one who won her second historic gold medal at successive Paralympic Games, and it's none other than Avani Lekhara. She won her second gold medal at the Paralympic Games overall, and it was Mona Agarwal who gave a tough fight to her Indian opponent and to the Korean opponent also, but then she had to settle for a bronze. So in a nutshell, it was about India versus India or India versus Korea at some point. But then the good news for the Indian fans is that India's Paralympics medal count has opened with 2 medals, a gold by Avani Lekhara and a bronze by Mona Agarwal.
A roller coaster. What can we say about it? This was an absolute roller coaster of a ride, because Avani Lekhara and, if you look at it, Mona Agarwal, 2 bright athletes from Rajasthan, out there in Paris simply putting on a show. Yeah. At the very beginning, we all felt that, okay, in the final, they were starting off rather slowly, because Avani here, Mona is right here. If you look at this table overall, Avani Lekhara, Lee Yunri and Mona Agarwal, all just separated by the barest of bare margins. Because don't go by 249, 246. Look at until this shot at 10.7 and 9.9.
At 10.7, Lee Yunri was actually leading the
by 0.8.
By 0.8. And then Avani Lekhara, when she hit that 9.9, obviously, she slipped down the pecking order. But then, what really proved to be the major difference, it was that 6.8.
Pressure. Who would have thought that pressure would turn up on the Korean? Because Lee Yunri, she just had to shoot a 10. But then, whether it was a malfunction, whether it was something else, we don't know, or pressure, 6.8, totally off the mark. And calmly, Avani Lekhara shot a 10.5, which became a Paralympics record. At one point in time, heading into this, look at the margins that were there in the third last session. 208, 208.1, 207.9, 3 medalists, 0.2. Gold, silver, bronze, all could have been decided by 0.2. But then if you look at the consistency with which Avani Lekhara was shooting, I mean, let's just look at it. This is Avani Lekhara's entire, if you look at it, the script. 51.8. She had a very slow start to begin with. I mean, if you look at it, 10.3, 10.3, 10. 10.9, that was when she started getting into rhythm, and then she ended the series with a 10.8 also. So what is it? 10 shots in the first series followed by the shoot-off. So in this case, what happened?
Which can also be termed as elimination.
Elimination, double shot elimination if you look at it. Avani never let it slip below 10. That is the mistake the others did in that, and that is why if you look at it, the record holder in the qualifier, she finished 4th after being in 7th. So that is why looking at it, 10.3, 10.5, 10.7, look at the consistency with which she hit the high 10s, 10.7, 10.5, 10.5, 10.6, 10.7. When that 9.9 was hit, we felt, uh-oh, she lost it at the most inopportune time. But then 10.7 with Lee Yunri, also hitting a 6.8. Then Mona Agarwal, if you look at it, she also started very slow, and that is why she was late in catching up to it. She started with a 9.8, and that's why she started at 6th position.
And that's where, her 9.8 did really, push her down the order. But then overall, you look at the shots that were hit in the remaining, the shoot-offs, 10.4, 10.2, 10.8, 10.6, 10.7, 10.6, 10.6 and 10. So overall, it was there, the consistency was there. But then, if she had to really, confirm a top 2 finish, then a 9.8, had it been a 10.5 or a 10.6, things would have been different.
This killed her. 10. Because what happened was that, see, 208.1, she was actually in the lead.
Yep.
She was actually in the lead, and she also could have gotten a gold. She was out shooting Avani Lekhara in a lot of, because look at it, 10.9, 10.8. She had more 10.9 and 10.8s than Avani.
At one point, it was India versus India.
India versus India. But then what happened with Avani was that she managed to maintain consistency. 10, 9.8, that was the main 9.7. That also killed her in that second series. So that's why Mona Agarwal, kudos to her for ensuring. Let me give you a brief background of Mona Agarwal. Impacted with polio at a very young age. Now, the unfortunate thing about India at that point in time is she had to train in an academy. There was no lift.
Yes.
So as a polio patient, imagine having to climb up the stairs. That is the problem. And she tried everything. She tried discus, she tried powerlifting, she tried other sports. Mona Agarwal finally managed to latch on to shooting in 2021. So that is why when you look at it, 37, mother of two, fiercely independent, Mona Agarwal showed that she is truly a remarkable phenomenon, because even in the qualifiers, she was kind of outperforming Avani Lekhara. But then when I head into this, Lee Yunri, look at the 10.9 and a 10.8, 10.8 and 10.6 segment and 10.7, she was on top. But look at the last.
10.7, she only had to hit a 10 after Avani Lekhara's 9.9 there,
Yes.
but then 6.8.
6.8, and that was it. Avani Lekhara managed to win the gold in the most dramatic fashion, and look at the achievement what Avani Lekhara has achieved. Paralympics gold she had already gotten in 2020 in the SH1 10 meter rifle event. She had gotten a bronze in the 50 meter rifle 3 positions.
Then also a multiple time medal winner at the World Para
Cup
Championships.
Also the World Cup. She's also a gold medal winner in the 2022 Para Games in Hangzhou.
Yes.
Avani Lekhara at such a young age, remember she was consigned to the SH1 category after she had suffered an accident, and it made her lose her limbs below. But then when I had interviewed her, where just before the departure, Avani Lekhara was confidence personified. So now she has 3 medals in 2 Paralympics. And for people wondering what is SH1 rifle, okay, you will see those classifications. What is SH1? SH1 is lower limb impairment for competition. So the sport class is for rifle events only and is designated to athletes with upper limb impairment, which necessitates them to use a shooting stand to support the rifle, all or not in combination with lower limb impairment. So Avani is wheelchair bound, unfortunately, and that is why, looking at it, her feats have been absolutely phenomenal. Look at the summer contingent. It took them a week to win the first gold. Second day of the Paralympics,
India already have 2 medals.
1 gold and 1 bronze, and this is not the last thing for Avani. She's going to participate in more events.
Yes.
So this is the brilliance, and already if you have to look at Mission 25 and top 20 finish, India have made a great start.
Yep.
Already you had seen some medal contenders. Yes, you will have some more in Preeti Pal and Manu coming at 4:45 and at night 12:22 AM IST. But Avani Lekhara herself is a success story that defies everything. At such a young age, winning 2 gold medals. Okay, when was the last time you had used defending Olympic champion or a Paralympic champion? Avani Lekhara fits that bill brilliantly. Avani Lekhara is the defending 10 meter air rifle SH1 champion.
And she continues to be that.
And she's completed the set. She's also completed the set. She's also completed the Grand Slam. She's completed a defending champion bit also. What more do you want?
Not really Grand Slam, but she has completed shooting. We can say
you can say yes. So shooting Grand Slam has been achieved. So this is monumental in so many ways. And we are all waiting when we will say gold medal for India. We have got a gold medal, Paralympics, and I've been saying
after
it from
a gap of 1 month and maybe 4 days or so.
1 month and 4 days. I've always been saying Paralympics gives you more medals and their contributions are much, much more than the summer contingent at this point. We have to hail these heroes because not every day can you ensure that you get a double podium. In shooting, it's a double podium. It's a historic double podium. And let me tell you folks, it is just the beginning. It is just the beginning. The medal rush is only going to come in the coming days. So we'll be bringing you a lot more updates at this point. But kudos, salutation to Avani Lekhara and Mona Agarwal. One, a youngster who's completed everything. Another, a 37-year-old mother of 2. And toe-to-toe, a brilliant battle with Avani Lekhara. Got the bronze, but its worth is much more than that. Thank you so much folks for joining us for this live from me and Sid Gulati. It is bye-bye. We shall be back with more updates. And don't forget, the medal rush in the Paralympics has just begun for India. So bye-bye. See you soon.